guys, I hope you're well and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I curl and style my newly cut short hair. I feel like I have filmed this video so many times with long hair, it's really weird to be doing a tutorial with short hair again. So let's stop talking, let's get straight into it. This is how I style my new do. So first things first, I just like to give it a little brush through. To brush it through today, I'm using my Michael Van Clark #1 hairbrush. This hairbrush is really good if you have knotty hair. So then I pop in some damage defense heat spray, protectant spray stuff, just to protect against all the heat I'm about to put in it. This one is by Philip Kingsley, and this is the Damage Defense Extreme. Smells amazing. So then I'm going to pop in some Bumble and Bumble Surf Spray, which is great for texture. It doesn't give it any wave or anything like that. It's more for how it feels, and it just kind of thickens it up a little bit. So I just spray that over a few pumps, just one at the root and one at the ends. So then I will just blast dry my hair upside down just to make sure I get loads of volume at the roots. I'm using a hairdryer. This one is super old. This is by Lee Stafford. It's like scratched and chipped and everything. I need to get a new hairdryer urgently. Like to give it another brush through. I'll put it into my parting. I've kind of been wearing my parting more in the middle recently, so I'm just going to pop that in there and brush that all kind of down so it's all nice and smooth. So then I'm just going to use my hairdryer just to kind of dry the roots and just the back section, make sure it's all nice and dry, ready to be curled. I probably don't need to use it today because actually my hair hasn't gone too flat. I do have this little nifty wand thing, contraption thing, and I thought some of you guys might be really interested in this. This one is a Britney Spears version. I don't know where the hell, I think I picked this up in Aldi. I'm not sure, but it's by Britney Spears. It has Britney Spears engraved on it. So basically this is a really easy way of doing a blow dry because the air comes out of the brush rather than having to use the brush and the hairdryer at the same time. If your hair is even shorter than mine, it will definitely work because sometimes you just can't get a brush in, so it's definitely worth a try. I'll leave some links below to some kind of similar versions of this kind of brush hair thingy-majiggy. If you are struggling to use a hairdryer or get some volume in your hair, or you don't want to curl your hair, you just want to leave it nice and big and boofy, pick up one of these because they're amazing. So now the fun part, the curling of the hair. I actually sometimes use this tong, which is the Enrapture Totem Styler, but you can't buy it anymore. So I didn't want to use it in this video saying, hey guys, this is what I use, but you can't buy it anymore. Seemed a bit pointless. Thought I'd mention it in case you've got one laying around. But the tong I'm going to use in this video is the GHD version of that basically, and this is the Curve tong, I think. This one is about £100. So if you don't want to spend that, I will leave some cheaper ones down below for you as well because you don't need to spend a lot on hair tongs. So I think for me, the whole thing about having shorter hair is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It can literally be a little bit messy, you can have a few straight bits in there, not perfect, which I love because it takes less time. So I'm just going to grab a section of hair like so and then just wrap it round the tong. You can hold the little section at the end, it doesn't matter if that's kind of straight because like I said, these curls don't have to be perfect. So just hold that on there for 5 to 10 seconds or until you know your hair's going to be curled, and there you go. It always gets a little bit difficult with the bits at the back because they are, well, I guess the shortest, so I normally only be able to wrap those around once, but that's still, like I said, still something that's still going to have a little bit of a curl in them. Sometimes if I can't see the back of my hair, I will just literally get like a little table or a chair and just put another mirror on it, and then you can see what you're doing. It makes it so much easier to curl the back, especially when it is short, because when it's longer you can bring it all around to the front. When it's short, you can't. So that's a good little tip if you're struggling to see the back of your hairdo. So now I'm ready to curl the top layer, which is my favourite bit to curl actually. So I'm going to start at the very front sections and just kind of repeat the process. Now is I like to spray through some dry shampoo. I know I've just washed my hair, so technically I shouldn't need any. I use dry shampoo for texture mostly because it gives my roots so much more texture. I just spray one coat at the front and then the other like the same, and then maybe one at the back if I feel like I need it. And then, because again I need all the help I can get with keeping these curls put, I'm going to spray it through some hairspray. This one is by Scorchcraft. It's the Got To Be glued hairspray. And it is amazing. It keeps the curls in so much better than any other hairspray I've ever used. The only problem is it coats everything in a layer of hairspray, so that's not so great. So then I'm going to break up the curls, and to do this I'm literally just going to run my fingers through all of the curls like so, just to kind of like give them a bit of movement, and so they're not like all stuck together and looking a bit kind of like they've been curled. We want it to look a little bit more natural, right? So that is the aim here. So if I'm doing this and I feel like they still look quite curly and like they need a little bit more softening, I will brush them through, and I'm using my wet brush to do this. So I just very lightly brush them through. Make sure the curls are nice and cool. Don't do this when the curls are still hot, because unfortunately they will end up going back to straight if you've got straight hair. So you don't want that to happen. You could always add in a little bit of a back comb just at the roots, just to give a little bit more root lift. Sometimes I like to do this, like so. So guys, that is how I have been curling / styling my hair since having it cut short. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped some of you girls out if you have had your hair cut short recently. I know when you have long hair and you get it all cut off, it can be a bit of a minefield on how to style it because it's so different. Some of you guys may have found my channel a few years ago when I actually had my hair cut short then as well. So if you did, hi. I've had my hair cut short again, but hopefully I can style it a little bit better now, because I didn't have a clue what I was doing back then. So yeah. If you want more hair videos, more hauls, and a little bit more of me, then make sure you subscribe. You can catch a new video every weekend. And that's all I've got to say. I feel like I've blabbered on enough right now, so I'm gonna go. This is how I style my hair. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again next week. Have a lovely day. Bye.